If you're watching this, you probably want better grades, but don't want to lose sleep, quit your social life, or turn into a caffeine-fueled zombie to get there. And I totally get that. Right now, a lot of study influencers are showing routines that are basically burnout disguised as hustle. No food, no sleep, 12-hour study marathons, and that's just not realistic. You can absolutely do well in school, improve your grades, and still live a balanced, comfortable life. That's what this video is all about. We're going to go through all the small, powerful things you can do, both in class and at home, to become a better student without sacrificing your peace of mind. So if you're ready to glow up academically, let's get into it. First, be nice to your teachers. I'm not saying you need to be a teacher's pet or flatter them constantly. Just be respectful, kind, and polite. A teacher who likes you is more likely to help you out when you're struggling, give you tips for tests, and maybe even offer small grade boosts or extra credit. But beyond grades, it just creates a more positive environment for you and everyone else. Second, show up on time. I know mornings are hard and sometimes life happens, but when you're late, you miss the part of class where the teacher explains the goals for the day or gives important announcements. It sets a tone. Even being 5 minutes early can help you settle in, prepare your materials, and start the class focused. While you're in class, really pay attention. I know it's tempting to zone out, especially during long lectures or boring subjects, but the more you listen, the less you'll have to teach yourself later. Good grades aren't always about how much you study at home. They often come from how much you absorb in class. Take clear, structured notes while the teacher speaks. Don't copy everything word for word. Summarize the main ideas in your own words. And if you're confused about anything, ask questions. Seriously, don't be afraid of sounding silly. You're not supposed to understand everything immediately. Teachers want to help you. And the people around you, they probably had the same question and were too nervous to ask. Asking questions is a sign of intelligence and curiosity, not weakness. Also, write your assignments down. Whether you use a physical planner, a notes app, or sticky notes, just write it down. No matter how sharp your memory is, eventually you'll forget a deadline. Being organized means less panic and more control over your school life. Now let's talk about what you should do after class, when it's time to study and stay on top of your work. First up, get organized. A clean space equals a clear mind. If your desk or room is messy, it becomes easier to procrastinate. So take a few minutes to tidy up before you start. Then remove distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode or leave it in another room. Turn off the TV. Let the people around you know that you're studying so they won't interrupt you. Next, when you're doing homework or projects, put in real effort. When you look up the answers in your school notes or textbooks, your brain is forced to engage with the content. That's how you actually learn. That's how the knowledge sticks for your tests and exams. One of the best tools for studying is flashcards. You can make them by hand or use apps like Quizlet or Anki. Put the question or term on one side, the answer on the other, and start quizzing yourself. It's one of the most effective ways to memorize information and test your recall. Start small, maybe 5 to 10 cards a day, and build up as you go. Another life-saving technique is the Pomodoro method. Here's how it works. Set a timer for 25 or 30 minutes. Study with full focus, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 rounds, give yourself a longer break, maybe 15 to 30 minutes. It trains your brain to stay sharp and prevents burnout from hours of nonstop studying. And please, don't study on an empty stomach. Your brain runs on glucose, and when you're hungry, you'll find it almost impossible to concentrate. Have a healthy snack or a light meal before you start. While you study, keep a drink next to you. Green tea or a small coffee can help keep you alert, but skip the energy drinks and loads of sugar. Staying hydrated is also super important. Speaking of staying focused, music helps, but only the right kind. Lo-fi beats, ambient sounds, or classical music work wonders for concentration. Music with lyrics, on the other hand, can make your brain multitask and distract you, especially if you're reading or writing. So keep it chill, mellow, and instrumental. When you take notes or review for a test, use different colored pens or highlighters. It's not just about aesthetics. Color helps your brain categorize information. For example, you can use one color for definitions, another for examples, and another for key facts. It makes your notes easier to scan and remember later. Once you've studied a topic, try making your own test questions. Think like a teacher. What questions could come up on a quiz? What might they ask in an essay? Answering those helps you apply what you've learned and shows you where your weak spots are. And here's something people forget. Give yourself grace. You're not a robot. You're a human being. Not everyone is going to be number one in the class, and that's completely okay. What matters is progress, not perfection. If you're consistently trying, showing up, and building better habits, your grades will improve. You'll feel more confident, more organized, and less stressed. And you'll still have energy left for friends, hobbies, and rest, which are just as important as school. If this video helped you, make sure to give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more school tips, glow-up guides, and real-life advice.